UNLV is launching a preservation initiative to document the tragic shooting that happened on December 6th. The initiative will preserve materials from campus memorials that include an oral history research center project. The UNLV communications team is also collecting gratitude and encouragement stories to share with the community as part of its healing process. The goal is to also give people an immediate space to honor and remember the 3 professors killed on campus.
It's important for people to have a place where they can come and interact with these materials, where they can handle and touch and remember in a more active way sort of what we've experienced and the tremendous influence and effect that these 3 professors have had on their students and their colleagues. Eventually, I believe there will be a permanent memorial somewhere on campus that will provide an additional space for that.
Materials accepted for the collection will be available for research on the 3rd floor of Lead Library. Items such as flowers will be turned into mulch by the university's community garden.